name is Jordan Tennell.
I'm Austin Gomer.
I'm Caleb Sherrill.
And we did a documentary on vehicle emissions and what improvements have been made to help with the vehicle emissions, an interview with Dr. Jones, and what will happen to the environment if we do not make changes or improvements.
What are a few ways vehicle emissions have been improved?
According to EPA.gov, in the cleaner trucks, buses, and non-road equipment section, diesel engines are more durable and fuel efficient than gasoline engines, but produce more pollution. Heavy-duty trucks and buses account for a third of nitrogen emissions and a quarter of particle pollution emissions of transportation. Other contributors are construction and agricultural equipment. The EPA implemented rules cutting down diesel emissions by 90%. This was done by tighter emission controls and using ultra-low sulfur diesel. In the transportation policy section, Congress installed conformity to the Clean Air Act's amendments in 1990, meaning federally funded transportation projects will not be funded unless they meet state air quality goals first. Additionally, transportation projects can't cause or contribute to new violations of the air quality standard and cannot delay attainment of the air quality standards. In an area currently or previously has poor air quality, then the long-term air quality impacts of their transportation must be examined. This is done by assessing how to manage growth as well as the air pollution associated with the growth. Another part is to make sure that state and local agencies work together to achieve desired emission levels. In the inspection and maintenance program section, proper maintenance on a car's engine and pollution control equipment is vital to reduce excessive air pollution. Inspection and maintenance programs are required by the Clean Air Acts in areas that have air pollution issues. The 1990 Clean Air Act requires today's check engine light on passenger vehicles to alert the driver of a possible pollution control device malfunction. In order to pass the inspection and maintenance programs, one major part is to make sure that the check engine light is not on anymore.
Since 1963, when the new Clean Air Act was passed, many improvements have been made to vehicle emissions. One of the EPA's earliest accomplishments was the elimination of lead from gasoline, which can cause serious human health problems. This was reached in 1996. The EPA has also put into place standards to reduce toxins, air emissions from mobile sources. As a result, 90% of vehicles now are cleaner than the cars in 1970. The Clean Air Act also encourages development of sale of alternative fuels, such as grasses, vegetable oil, and corn. These are continued through discounts and grants by the government. These biomass materials are cleaner than gasoline and diesel and can reduce emissions of harmful pollutants. What will happen to the environment if we do not make changes or improvements?
Well, air pollution interferes with the ability of plants to produce and store food, which in turn compromises the overall plant health. Plants become more susceptible to disease and pests. Over the years, the effects of ground level ozone can affect whole forest and ecosystems. Vehicle emissions are a major source of greenhouse gases that contribute to global climate change. So while we're cleaning the air by reducing the amount we drive, we may also be saving.
Today we're here with Dr. Jones talking about the relationship between vehicle emissions and the underlying travel problems.
Over the past 30 years or so, there have been considerable, major advances in vehicle emissions control technology, as well as changes in fuel composition. You know, we now have unleaded gasoline. We have a gasoline with lower sulfur contents. We are even sophisticated enough that we change the gasoline, the fuel compositions, depending on the season. So we have, in the summer, we run low ozone type fuels. And that's great, and that's been a significant advancement. But the underlying issue is we as a society are driving more. So take this slide right here. The blue line is the emissions factor, which is a measure of how much pollutant is being emitted per mile that a car is being driven. So as the control technology has gotten better, we see that the EF, the emission factor, goes down, 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 continues to decrease because the cars are getting cleaner. The black line here, which is VMT, which is vehicle miles traveled, is going up continuously. We are a very mobile society. Our commute times are getting longer. We have more cars per household. We just drive around more. So even though our overall rate of pollution emission is going down per car, we're driving the cars more, and so the overall pollution levels are ultimately increasing. Now, how do we do something about this? We have to think about how mobile we are as a society, how we move around. If any vehicle emits X amount of pollutant per mile, we need more people per vehicle. That's public transportation. Maybe we need to design our communities, our suburbs, our urban areas, such that children can walk to school, because that's, I mean, it sounds like small scale, but if you think about the amount of time and the amount of driving it takes to get children to and from school or other activities, we've created communities that are fundamentally unwalkable, or people can't ride bicycles. There are a lot of trips that could be made in ways other than one person getting in a vehicle and driving long distances multiple times a day. So as a society, we have to do our part to address the pollution issue, so that we can reap the benefits from some of the technological innovations, such as the decrease in vehicle emissions and the very fact that cars are getting that much cleaner.